Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Can you hear me? Patrick, I see you're on. Can you hear me? This is Blodman Tarter, testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. If anybody can hear me, please give me a thumbs up on your video or say yes on your audio. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing.
I have a webinar. I can't go. Sorry. But I'll probably. Are you going sixth floor?
Patrick, you're on. You're not muted.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Please let me know if you can hear me.
I can hear you quite well. It's Sue Ann.
Patrick, could you repeat that, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Can everybody see this? Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. We're going to wait a few minutes, everybody, before we get started. Welcome everybody who's online. It's 11:59 by my clock, so we're going to wait about 2 more minutes before we get started. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Thank you for joining us this afternoon for a webinar about Golden Gate University's Master of Science in Marketing. Let me suggest that you mute yourself for the time being, and then when we get to the end, unmute so you can feel free to ask any questions. So let me introduce myself. I'm Blodwyn Tarter. I'm the chair of the Marketing and Public Relations Department in the Agino School of Business of Golden Gate University. I'm also professor of marketing and teach a variety of classes that I'm thrilled about. And I'm going to be talking today about the Master of Science in Marketing program at Golden Gate. I have some prepared slides, and I will be happy to entertain any questions at the end. That are likely to be of both interest to you and the group. Also online with me today is Patrick Gonzalez, who is one of our enrollment counselors. And undoubtedly, if you have questions about logistics that I can't answer, he will be able to help us in that score. So on that note, let's get started. Today, I'm going to talk about the following issues, starting with why choose Golden Gate University in the first place. And by the way, I'll often refer to it as GGU because it's a long name otherwise. I'll provide an overview of the Master of Science in Marketing program. I'll describe some of the student resources that are available to you once you become a student at Golden Gate. I'll talk briefly about the process of applying to the university, provide some information about paying for your degree, and share with you some important dates in the application and beginning school process. And then we'll have plenty of time for a Q&A at the end. So again, let me thank you for joining us today. Hopefully this will give you a good overview of the program and will address any questions that you might have. Let's start with what sets Golden Gate University apart. Well, we were founded in 1901, so we have 118 years of history as a nonprofit institution of higher education accredited by the regional accreditation body that serves the West Coast colleges and universities. Our faculty are primarily practitioners, that is, they do what they teach, and so you have an unusual opportunity to learn from them in the classroom. Golden Gate focuses on working adults. We are not your typical 18 to 21-year-old residential campus. Instead, we focus on people who either are working now, full-time or part-time, or are taking time out to complete a degree in order to advance their career. Since we've been around for over 100 years, we have an alumni network worldwide that is quite extensive. We have over 68,000 living alums now, and that is one of the resources into which students can tap. In fact, I think a couple of the people online with us today from Golden Gate are alumni of the institution. We offer our courses in multiple formats, and this flexibility is important for people who have to accommodate schedules that may change from time to time. We offer courses in person on campus in San Francisco, conveniently located near public transportation. We offer courses fully online so that if you have a computer and a reliable internet access, you can take the same courses online as you could take in person on campus. And we also offer a blended course format. Blended courses take a variety of different formats. They may be a combination of in-person online. They may be what we call synchronous online, where some of the students are in the classroom and some of the students are using Zoom the way we are today. So it's a real-time participation in the classroom, only some of the students are sitting at home or at work participating in the class. So we are constantly looking for the best combination of formats to serve our students. We have flexible enrollment options. Since we are on a 3-term year, we have 3 16-week trimesters in the year, and you can begin your studies at any term in the year. This allows people, for example, If you're interested in starting in the summer, there's time to do that, to apply and get enrolled. You don't have to confine yourself to the traditional fall start date. And last but not least on this list, we're located in San Francisco's business hub. So not only are we close to public transportation, we're also close to Google and LinkedIn and Wells Fargo, a wide variety of traditional and non-traditional businesses, which makes it pretty exciting as a place to be. And you will note under the picture of the Golden Gate Bridge that we have been ranked #1 for adult learners by the Washington Monthly. And we're proud to say that we won this award several years in a row, given our unique formats and services for working adults. Let me start with our experienced instructors. These are what we call scholar practitioners. They work by day and they teach by night, if you will. These are just some examples of the companies with which our marketing instructors have been associated. Marketing for the Oakland Athletics, eBay, Cisco, the networking company, the American Red Cross, Google, and Bank of America. In fact, in our suite of faculty, there's somebody who's worked with any one of the major companies that you can think of, as well as a variety of startups. So they bring a lot of experience to the classroom. Now let's focus on how a Master of Science in Marketing can help your career, because that's the reason most people take this program. It should open up more and better career opportunities as you deepen and broaden your understanding of marketing and the variety of industries in which you can apply your marketing skills. It gives you higher salary potential, which is always very nice. It gives you access to professional networks, both through your professors, your classmates, and the alumni associated with Golden Gate University. It gives you improved personal credibility and enhances your brand as a person who has been sufficiently committed to the discipline of marketing to complete a graduate degree in that discipline. And it boosts and broadens your skill sets and your knowledge. Depending on your concentration, you may focus in specific areas, or you may look for the broadest training possible. And last but not least, it's a terrific opportunity for personal development, not only in enhancing your professional knowledge, but most people learn a lot about themselves and about their soft business skills as they complete their graduate degree. Now, marketing is an in-demand field. I've listed here, almost randomly, a variety of job titles that you can find easily on LinkedIn or Indeed or any one of the job portals, and often by going directly to a company's career portion of its website. Social media strategist, digital marketing manager, senior mobile manager, search engine optimization specialist, search engine marketing. All of these job titles fall into the digital area of marketing, but they require an understanding of the basics of marketing, which cross all forms of media. Marketing research, where we try to obtain insights into consumer behavior that allow us to make better marketing decisions and design products that will satisfy people. The assistant director of marketing, which is an umbrella term that might cover a whole host of responsibilities. Product managers usually have responsibility for a single product or a product line, and they act as many chief executive officers for their particular area of responsibility. So they're usually responsible for developing new products, maintaining current products, all of the marketing communications and advertising for their products, pricing, and even channel management for distribution. Terrific job, very broad and very fun. On the right-hand side, the list starts with advertising account specialists, followed by public relations specialists. Many people who have a graduate degree in marketing choose to work on the agency side rather than on the client side. So they provide services to organizations that need them. Advertising being a good example, or public relations. Now, these might also be internal jobs, but often there are jobs that you find within public relations agencies, advertising agencies, marketing services agencies. Brand manager is often associated with product management, but it can stand alone. And this is really the heart and soul of what does the brand represent? What's the brand promise? How do you depict it to the world? And how do you maintain that brand promise over time as your customer base and expectations change? A marketing analyst is one of the many titles that usually covers people who are responsible for analyzing the numbers and the performance. So marketing analytics is one of our concentrations. And this is in the era of big data, an increasingly important part of marketing. It's a little more specialized in the technical skills, but it requires people to understand all the basic functions of marketing in order to be a good analyst. It's not enough to crunch the numbers. You want to help people answer business questions and answer them in a way that allows them to take action on them. A marketing program specialist will focus on a variety of different programs depending on what the company's needs are. And last but not least, while Chief Communications Officer is usually a more senior position, it is an example of the kind of job for which a Master's of Science in Marketing prepares you. And later in the presentation, you'll hear from one of our alums who is currently the Chief Communications Officer at an organization. And she found that her marketing master's helped prepare her for that job. So where do people go to work after they complete their master's at Golden Gate University? Well, this is just a partial list of firms primarily in the Bay Area, but some of them are all over the world. Cisco, eBay, Facebook, Oracle, Safeway, Salesforce, Sephora, Hewlett-Packard, Visa, the credit card company, Save the Redwoods League, a large nonprofit organization, Lyft, the ride-sharing company, Wells Fargo, one of the biggest banks in the world, Apple, which many of you probably own one of their iPhones or their Mac products, as well as a variety of startups and many more companies that I could name for you. There's no single route to a single company at Golden Gate University, which is the good news. We have lots of people who've gone lots of places or furthered their career, been able to advance more rapidly by staying in the same company, but better prepared themselves to move up. In a moment, I'll talk to you about some of the support we provide graduates and students for looking for graduate employment, but I wanted to give you a taste of the kinds of places where our graduates have gone on to their career success. So here's a quotation from one of our graduates, the Jennifer Benita Kowalski, who you see in the bottom right-hand corner. Graduated from Golden Gate with a Master of Science in Marketing in 2004. And she says about her organization, Save the Redwoods League protects, restores, and connects people with California redwood forests. Today, in my role as Chief Marketing and Communications Officer for this 100-year-old nonprofit organization, my team and I integrate traditional and digital media to tell people our story and move our mission forward. I'm proud to say my graduate marketing degree at Golden Gate University prepared me to create these integrated marketing communications programs, which are essential to our success. And on an editorial note, I'll go on to say that last year was the 100th anniversary of this organization, and they put together a celebration and fundraising campaign that was not only highly effective, but also award-winning. So this is the kind of work to which you could aspire. And this as the role that a person 15 years out of her graduate program now holds with great responsibility. So I'm now going to talk about some of the nitty-gritty of the MS in marketing, and this is the coursework and the requirements. And then I'll talk a little bit more about classes. So we divide the program into 3 components, if you will, in terms of requirements: proficiency requirements, foundation requirements, and advanced program requirements. So the proficiency requirements are Math 20, which is algebra, graduate writing proficiency, and both of these requirements may be met by either the transfer equivalency of equivalent courses for algebra or by passing a graduate writing proficiency exam at the sufficient level. Or you can take courses that meet these requirements. The foundation requirements are basic training to help you be successful in the advanced program courses. And these are 3 different courses. Data analysis for managers is statistics and linear regression. Fundamentals of business gives you a background in accounting, finance, HR. So it's all of the, if you will, non-marketing aspects of business, which are important for you to understand, even if you're going to specialize in marketing. And Business 203, professional skills for business, trains you in the soft skills. And as I mentioned about the proficiency requirements, transfer equivalency is available for most requirements, and your enrollment counselor can go over your specific situation with you to see whether or not you need to take the courses to meet these requirements, or if you might meet them with transfers in. But now I'm going to go to the advanced program requirements, which is the in-depth marketing courses for the degree. In the advanced program, we have core courses and we have a concentration. So no matter what your concentration is, everybody takes the core courses. Marketing 300 and Marketing Management is the most basic introductory course that you should take as early as possible in your program. Integrated Marketing Communications focuses on the variety of MarCom that is available for marketers from which to choose. So it's an overview of advertising, digital, public relations, personal selling, all of the forms of communicating with prospects and customers that marketers have in their tool set. Marketing Research focuses on obtaining insights into consumers and their behavior. And this is a quantitative research course for the most part. So you learn to write, field, and analyze data collected via surveys, and then base marketing recommendations on that information. Marketing Strategy and Planning, Marketing 337, is the capstone course. So this may suggest to you that the numbers don't actually have sequential meaning, and that's correct. You take this course at the very end of your program because it brings together everything that you have studied. Consumer behavior is just what it sounds like. Why do people act the way they act? What are the influences on their behavior, and how does that affect our marketing? How does marketing in turn influence consumer behavior in order to get the consumer to do what we want them to do, which is usually to buy our product or recommend our product. And then last on the list, but certainly not last in sequencing, is digital marketing and e-commerce, which is, again, it is an overview course of digital marketing and e-commerce and an essential part of the digital marketing concentration. But all 6 of these courses are the core courses for all of the degree program. You also choose a concentration. 4 courses are the equivalent of 12 units. There are 3 concentrations: individualized, digital marketing, and marketing analytics. The individualized concentration is the most flexible. We design it in collaboration with you, so you meet with an academic advisor or faculty member to understand what your specific goals are and then select the best courses to meet those goals. So if you are, for example, interested in marketing communications or brand and product management or public relations, we can suggest which 4 of the graduate courses are the right mix for you and work with you on your schedule to do that. So this is very flexible, but we can, if you will, direct it to what your specific needs are. The digital marketing concentration is a little bit of a Chinese menu. Again, all concentrations require 4 courses. For the digital marketing concentration, you choose 2 of the 3 courses that are listed: social media and marketing, search engine marketing, web and social analytics, plus any 2 other marketing courses that make sense to put this all together. Now, you could also choose all 3 of these courses and a single other marketing course. This is, again, to provide you flexibility in scheduling. The marketing analytics concentration, which is brand new, focuses on providing you the tools and the analytic skill set to apply to marketing problems. So there are 2 required courses: tools for business analytics, web and social analytics, and then you choose 2 of the 3 courses listed on the slide: predictive analytics and machine learning, text analytics, or data visualization and communication through storytelling. We work with every student to help create the right path to completion for them and to make sure that we are helping them move towards their career goals. So the degree program is a great place to explore things you think you might be interested in but aren't sure about, or to go deeply into an area you are actually fairly focused on, or a combination of things. So it's not atypical for people to start with, I'm sort of kind of interested in this, and then through coursework, help refine that interest. At the same time, we have students who say, I know that I really want to be a digital marketer, and I want to improve my skills in search engine marketing and social media, as for instance. These concentrations are flexible enough to help you go to that place. So people ask me, what actually happens in a class? And one of the things that we can do, I should say as an aside, is that if you are interested at some point in attending a class session, Patrick or Flora can help organize that so you could visit a class. But let me give you some examples of things that are happen in specific classes. And of course, there's lots of other stuff, but these are just things I thought you might be interested in. So digital marketing and e-commerce typically offers students the opportunity to earn the Google Analytics certification. So you are able to put on your resume that you're Google Analytics certified, and this is a certification by Google. So not only do you learn a whole bunch of stuff in the class, but you come away with an industry certification that's good for a year. The social media and marketing class develops a social media marketing strategy, and you practice creating social media content. The goal is that you could walk out of class and actually start doing this work in any organization, or for yourself for that matter. Marketing research, as I think I mentioned earlier, you actually write a marketing research survey, field it, collect data, analyze the data, and recommend marketing actions based on the research results. So these are usually projects for real organizations that have a specific need. It's very hands-on. It's a lot of fun too. You learn a lot of stuff. So these are just some examples of what happens in a class. Now I'm going to move on to student resources. So I'm moving away from the strictly academic part to the resources that help you be successful and make it through your graduate studies. So one of the first things that you get involved in is academic advising, and you have advisors who help you to set your path to completion, help you choose the correct courses in the right sequence, and move you through the program at the pace that you choose. Some people are very intense. They take time out and go to school full time. Others are taking one course per term and they're on the extended completion schedule. Most people are sort of in between. I should say many people are sort of in between. They may take more courses one term, fewer courses another term. But again, knowing the pace at which you want to complete is really important. There is tutoring available. We have tutoring in writing, we have tutoring in math, we have tutoring in finance and accounting, which is probably of less interest to marketing students. But this tutoring is available to all students. You can do it in person, you can do it online, and it's also available via Zoom. And I would suggest that one of the things you seriously consider as you go through the marketing program is to use the Writing Center extensively. I'm a native English speaker. I have written a lot and published a bunch of things, and I still need editorial help. So tutoring through the Writing Center can help you with these things. They won't do your work for you, but they will help you become a better writer. So don't be surprised if any one of your instructors says, use the Writing Center. It's good advice for those who are advanced, intermediate, or know that this is an area for improvement. And since marketing is a communications degree, this is one of the reasons I emphasize it. We provide 24/7 technical support for our technical services. If you require accommodations for any disabilities that are documented, we have a disability services group that helps organize those for you. We offer counseling and wellness services to students. This ranges from weekly meditation programs to counseling for more serious issues, and confidential counseling is available to students. Sometimes, life throws us curveballs and we need some help, and we want you to be successful in all aspects of your life, so that's an available service. There's mentoring available. And last on this list is our library and research services, which are phenomenal. We have an amazing collection of digital information that's available when you're not on campus, as well as a pretty impressive physical library. And we have some of the best reference librarians in the world. And for business information, this is a very deep and robust collection. I call out career advising resources because this is something that is so important to most people, because most of us, when we graduated from our graduate degree, want to go get a job or advance in our current career. Career advising provides individual career counseling. What do you want to do? How are you going to get there? Provides a variety of workshops and webinars ranging from how to create a resume to looking for a job in a specific discipline or a specific field. We have job and internship search help. So this helps you plot out what you need to do to find the work that you're looking for. The career advising folks provide networking events, both online and offline. And we're trying to be flexible, again, to accommodate people's needs. So there's in-person stuff and there's literally digital networking, which is increasingly important. So even if you just want to practice how it works, this is a good opportunity. Our career counselors will offer you specific critiques of your resumes and help you customize them for a particular need. They will host mock interviews. And since more and more companies and recruiters are actually interviewing people on the phone or via video interview to start with, this can be really helpful, particularly if you haven't done it before. The first time I did an interview on video, it did not go well because neither the interviewer nor I actually had much experience with it. And our career counselors will also help with online profile optimization. This is a fancy way of saying we'll help you get your LinkedIn profile looking good and accurate so that you present your best face forward to prospective recruiters and hiring managers. And I have to say that the photo on this slide, the two women in the front are both Now marketing graduates. So here you can see them working together, which is a pretty common thing. We do lots and lots of project work in the marketing program, which is typical of what happens in the real world. Now, outside the classroom, there are also a variety of opportunities that we encourage you to engage in. The first thing is the marketing club, which is run by students. So it is as active or as inactive as students want it to be. So we have a marketing club that's just restarting this year, and we're working on events. But here's some examples of things that marketing clubs, the marketing club has hosted. Careers in social media. What's the hottest in techniques in marketing research? What are the varieties of jobs in public relations, and what are the challenges associated with that? Green marketing. How do companies and organizations position themselves as environmentally friendly? And marketing automation. What are the new tools that are available, and what are the questions you should ask when you're evaluating a marketing automation vendor? Plus, there's just plain old fun marketing club social activities and events that are usually in conjunction with other clubs in the school. Then we have two other sets of affiliations. We encourage students to participate in professional associations. The American Marketing Association and the Public Relations Society of America both have Greater Bay Area chapters that welcome students to their professional development events and to their social events. A great place to learn more and to network. The last bullet point, which looks like alphabet soup, is a list of other organizations, because San Francisco Bay Area has an endless number of opportunities. IABC is the International Association of Business Communicators. Data Marketing Association is just what it sounds like. The San Francisco Ad Club focuses on advertising, and the San Francisco Public Relations Roundtable is an organization of senior public relations professionals who happen to meet on campus at Golden Gate, and as a consequence, their meetings are open to students to attend, and they have great speakers. So this is something that I would encourage you, if you're on campus, to take advantage of that. They meet here 3 times a year at lunchtime. And then we have educational partners, and membership in one of these organizations provides a tuition discount. So the Public Relations Society of America, the American Marketing Association, and the San Francisco Public Relations Roundtable all are educational partners of Golden Gate University. So being a member may help you with the financial aspects of your degree. So now let's move to the logistics, the administrative part of applying to Golden Gate University. Hopefully, I have given you a quick overview of how deep, wonderful, and varied the marketing program is at Golden Gate and why this would be a good choice for you. But now let's talk about how you get here. So tuition as of fall 2018, so the current tuition is $3,150 per 3-unit course. Graduate courses in the marketing program are almost without exception 3-unit courses. So you can just look at that as that's the course. To apply, one of the benefits of you being on this webinar is that we waive the application fee. So you can submit an application at no charge with your application waiver code for attending today's webinar. And that code will be sent to you in a separate email. You go to the website and apply at this URL, fill out all the forms. If you have an undergraduate GPA of less than or equal to 2.5, we ask that you include a resume and a statement of purpose as part of your application, and basically explain why you want to be a Golden Gate University marketing graduate student and how you expect to be successful in that, because marketing courses at the graduate level are more demanding than and require a higher level of performance than undergraduate courses. If you're an international student, you know that there are additional requirements for you mostly imposed by the federal government, please contact our international student recruiters at this email address, and they will step you through all of the additional documentation that is required. And for international students, you will need more lead time because of all of these additional requirements. So how can you pay for your degree? Well, federal financial aid is likely to be available to you, in which case you fill out the GGU financial aid application and the federal student aid application, affectionately known as FAFSA, and use the GGU institution code, which you see on the screen. There may be state aid available, which is usually need-based, but maybe need and merit-based. There are also some Golden Gate University scholarships and grants, and these may have special conditions. So endowed special scholarships, if you meet the conditions, so financial aid can help you be aware of these, and if you meet the requirements, then I would certainly encourage you to apply for the scholarships. For international students, there's something we call a welcome scholarship. There are also private and alternative loans, and perhaps what is the sweetest deal is if your employer provides the benefit of tuition reimbursement, and some of them also reimburse for books and other required materials. That's a wonderful source of funding. And I recently learned that the number of employers who offer employer reimbursement has increased, but the number of employees who take advantage of that is actually quite small. So if you are working, I would strongly encourage you to check and see if your employer reimburses all or some of the expenditures you'd make for your master's degree. And again, our financial aid people can help you understand how that works. If you're a veteran, we are a military-friendly institution. We are specifically a yellow ribbon university, which is a special category where your military benefits could allow you to attend Golden Gate University with zero out-of-pocket costs. We're very proud of our service to veterans, as we are thankful for their service to the nation. And because of our efforts, we have earned a bronze award in the category of small private schools with outstanding programs and support for veterans. We have a veterans club. We have special programs for veterans. There is a very strong self-support group among our veterans. And this is a benefit, an educational benefit that you should definitely take advantage of if you're eligible. We also have, again, a financial aid specialist in veterans benefits. So, important dates. As I mentioned earlier, we have a flexible schedule. So we have rolling admissions to 3 terms, fall, spring, and summer. The summer term, which we are approaching, begins the 1st of May, and registration begins the 11th of March. So we are literally in the middle of the spring term. So you could apply now for to begin in summer or fall. If you apply for summer registration, you want to make sure that your application is complete 15 days before classes begin so that you can register for the classes that you want. And you also want to make sure you take placement exams 10 business days before the start of the term. And placement exams are associated with your math and your writing proficiency. Our enrollment counselors can help you through this process. But it's really important that you start it as soon as possible if you would like to begin your studies in summer. Obviously, you have more time if you want to start in the fall. The fall term actually begins towards the end of August. And oddly enough, our spring terms usually begin in the 1st or 2nd week of January. So it may sound like winter, but we call it a spring term. So again, let me repeat that we're coming up on summer term, starting the 1st of May. Registration for the summer term begins the 11th of March. And if you want to register for the classes that you want with a priority deadline. Make sure your application is completed 15 business days before classes begin, which puts it in April. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to open the floor to questions. And I would encourage you to speak up so that I can hear you. And I see that just about everybody is on mute, so let me encourage you, if you have a question, first of all, make sure that you click on the little microphone so that you are unmuted and I can hear your questions. And while I'm waiting for any questions, I'm going to ask whether Patrick or Sue-Ann have anything that they want to add. I have two of my colleagues on the Zoom with me. Silence falls.
We have a question on chat.
Oh, we have a question on chat. Okay, let me find chat.
I can read it to you.
There we go. Here we go. How many units is the entire program? Oh, you're in a tax season. Okay, got it. So the advanced program has, let's see if I can do my math. I'm gonna have to, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me go back so I can show this to you. So this is an it depends question, okay? So the advanced program here, you see 18 units of core courses and 12 units of the concentration. So 10 courses or 30 units is the advanced program. But let's see if we can go backwards. Bear with me. Here are the proficiency and foundation requirements. So you might have an additional 5 courses required. Now, if you have an undergraduate degree in business, for example, it's highly likely that you have met some of these requirements, but your transcript needs to be analyzed. So again, here you might have for your proficiency and foundation, you might have as many as 5 courses, and then you have 10 courses for the advanced program. I see Jamie asking, can you talk more about doing the course online, zooming in, partner/group work, and handing in assignments? Okay, I'm gonna interpret this, and you can correct me if I'm not specific enough. So online courses, what we typically call online courses, are what we call asynchronous. You need an internet connection, a reliable internet connection, and access to the internet. And that coursework is asynchronous, meaning you don't have to be online at the same time with other people. You have a schedule. So for example, this term, courses, most people teach their courses Sunday through Saturday is a week. You would have online discussions that are like threaded emails. So the instructor will provide a prompt and you as students will interact with each other and with the instructor in that discussion. You will typically read a textbook. So it's very similar to what would happen in class, but it's online. Now, zooming in is what we call synchronous. You and whoever you're zooming with, like we are you're not in the same place, but you're in the same time and you're looking at the same thing. That is less typical. That's in what we call the blended mode. So I'm going to focus on the asynchronous, which is more typical. You might have a group project, in which case you have access to each other via email. You know who you are. You can organize Zoom sessions or conference calls. Some people use Google Hangouts. That work is done together, and again, your instructor can coach you on how to do that. But it's the way many of us work in the real world remotely. Like we're not in the same office. You got partners in India and in China, and you're in Tucson. So it's actually, that process is a learning experience as well. Typically, if it's a group assignment or sometimes it's a partner assignment, one person hands it in for both of you, but you both get the same grade unless there's some special provision. And occasionally it'll be partner A will do this and partner B will do that, and together there's a combined grade. Jamie, did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and the other thing I would say is if you've never taken an online class, there are a couple things that are a good idea to remember. It's neither easier nor harder than an in-person class, but it is different. Some people like it a lot for a number of reasons. You can do you can interact at midnight, and I have students who do that, or 5 in the morning. So you have flexibility with your time, but not total flexibility. It's not a self-paced learning course. For people who are shy and don't like to speak up in class, it's good because you can write and you can take all your time in the world you want to write it. It's bad if you don't self-manage, because it does require you as a student to log in, understand what the time requirements are, meet the deadlines, that sort of thing. And you never actually have to look your instructor in the eye real time like you do in a classroom. So I found that because I teach both online and in person, there's some students who love it. There's some students who find it, equally interesting as in person, and there's some students who hate it. But we do have a practice one, so if you have any questions about it, you can actually take a little mini course and see what it's like.
Wendy has a question.
Wendy.
Hi, Dr. Tartar. May I ask about the online classes and the in-person classes that you offer? Like, are they the same? I'm just asking. I'm curiosity. Are they the same class that you will offer both online and in person, and that you just stream that online class? I mean, that class online, or how does that work?
Well, so I'm going to answer one of your implied questions and then your explicit question. So, most courses that we offer in person are also offered online, but not 100% of them. So if there's a specific course that you want to take for a specific reason, you need to find out whether it's offered only in person, or there's virtually no classes that we offer only online. Okay, the course content, the course objectives, no matter what the format, is the same. But as I mentioned earlier, there are two kinds of courses. Let's call them distance courses, okay? One is the traditional asynchronous, and that's the one that I just described to Jamie, where you are not in the same place, not at the same time, and largely your interaction is through typing interaction. There are also synchronous online classes where some students are in the classroom and some students are on Zoom. And that is a same time, so the same 6:50 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. class. So for example, Sue Ann Hirschberg, who's on the call with me, is teaching a course like that. And some of her students are in the classroom and the other students are on Zoom watching the screen like you guys are doing. But again, the course requirements are the same. You have the same number of assignments, you have the same reading material, that sort of thing, whether it's in person or online. Does that help?
Yes, thank you. That's great. Thank you very much, Dr. Tartar.
Yeah, one of our challenges, it's a good thing and a challenging thing, is there's more and more varieties available. And so it's knowing exactly what's what can sometimes be challenging. Okay, I think that's all I see on the chat. Just making sure. I love the I can't talk because I'm at work chat, because I totally understand that. Again, any other questions? Okay, so let me go back to summarizing this for you guys, because I think it's really important that everybody follow up. So I've got here on the screen, you see on the right-hand side my phone number and my email. I'm happy to talk to you specifically or generally about the course content and programs. Let me tell you that it's better to, even if you want to talk, it's better for us to set up an appointment by email, and then I'm available to you to talk. And I'm happy to Zoom with you for Patrick Gonzalez, who's on the line with us, and Flora Lee are both our enrollment counselors for the marketing programs. You can see their email and phone number here. They can help with applications, registration, financial aid questions. And then once you become a student, you are passed off to another advisor, Jill Tolfa, who is so knowledgeable about everything in the program. And we all collaborate very closely to help you be successful in your programs. Our goal is to help you prepare for whatever your next step in your career is, and do it through a fulfilling and frankly challenging Master of Science in Marketing degree, because we want you to go out there and be hugely successful, because that's what we're here for. If there are no more questions, then I'm going to sign off. You will get an email following up after this as a thank you for your attendance, and it will include the application waiver code, which you should use so that you don't have to pay the fee. If you have further questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with your enrollment counselor or me. I see one more question by Jamie. How long do most people take to complete? Okay, really good question, and that's one of those it depends answer. Remember I said some people go full-time and they take 3 courses a term? Well, you can go through fairly quickly at that rate. And if you take no vacations, you can easily be done. I don't want to make it sound like it's easy. Your schedule would permit you to finish in 2 years. If you are on the 1 course a term schedule, that's 30 terms. That's a multi-year process. So this is where planning your path to completion with your advisor is really important, because if you have a goal of completing by, September of 2021, that's a goal we can work to it. If you have a goal of completing kind of when you get around to it, that's a different schedule. So it really depends on what your available time for studying is and what your own personal deadlines are. And you also do remember when you're planning your schedule to take into account that, maybe you want to take a vacation, maybe you're going to get married, maybe you have a busy time, maybe you work for a tax firm and you really don't want to take any courses between January and April 15th. So you're probably gonna, you may not go to school in the spring term because of that. Okay? Thank you all very much. Do make sure that you take advantage of the application waiver fee and get in touch with us if you have any questions. Patrick and Flora will be reaching out to you, and I am available, as well as anybody else that we need to get you the answers that you need. Thanks very much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Blodwin.